It's dark in here. Let's see if I can figure out how to get the light on here. It's dark because it's night. Let's see. Maybe we're on the wrong camera. Let's try the other one here and see if we can get a light. Alright, we get light. Okay, it's a little bit of a mess. Hope I don't draw too much attention to myself. It is the eve of, is it Isaias? The hurricane making landfall here. It may end up going along the coast of Florida up north of us. But it is Friday. What day is it? I don't know if this calendar is correct or not. It says Friday, July 31st. Time's not right. Temperature says it's 88 in here, which it probably is. It's like hot. But I've got 3 fans running. Got one up front here, one on the side, and one over here. And actually, if it gets too hot, I turn the car on in the air conditioning. I can show you that, maybe. I will show you that. Let me show you how you can kind of cool things down. It is a mess because I've been busy trying to secure the RV. Let me, hang on a minute. Alright, we got the AC on here just to show you how the temperature can actually be controlled. I do have the front open so that, oops, I swapped cameras here. Sorry. One of the joys of going live is enable the flash just so you guys can see, although I'm drawing attention to myself. But basically, see, it's already dropped down 1 degree. It started out at 88 and it's down to 87 right now. Let me make sure I have both. Okay, I have the AC on. I have air recirculating. Basically, I'm just laying here chilling, trying to go to sleep here shortly, so I won't broadcast very long. I have my kid this weekend and decided to proceed with it, even though there's a hurricane. We're going to proceed to have visitation with my son. We were going to go down to South Florida, and to like maybe Jupiter Inlet, but that looks like it's probably going to be out because the hurricane is slated to have a huge effect potentially in South Florida, in Central Florida, North Central or East Central Florida. We don't know yet. We're gonna have a better idea tomorrow, probably by tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. It should start affecting this area Saturday evening, early Sunday. So I should have a better idea. Do you have a concern about the RV? It is in storage, but Category 1, most Floridians kind of shrug it off, and normally I would shrug it off, but Category 1, the wind could hit like 85, 90 miles per hour. That's enough to blow an RV apart. But what am I going to do? I can get in the RV and try to evacuate and potentially have the RV break down. You know, I mean, it is slated to come on the weekend, but, you know, this kind of stuff, they can kind of predict where it's going to go, but they don't really know. And the last time we went through this, which was last year, I was stuck on Highway 70 in South Florida because I was trying to drive through the hurricane so it would miss me. And that was super dangerous and not something I want to repeat. So I'm keeping the RV in storage. And I don't know if you can see, I'm a mess right now because I was doing some work on it. I was trying to put more paint up on the roof to try to patch the holes. I think I have the holes under control. So I'm at the point now of just, you know, if the hurricane brings rain and stuff, I can go see how well it held out. And also I was trying to patch some of the windows where the tape had come off. But so I'll be showing that later, but just wanted to let you know what's going on this end. Honestly, right now, it's super calm. It's been kind of calm all day, kind of hot. Actually, the temperature went up. It says it's 89 now. I wonder if I have it on heat mode. It looks like it's on AC. You know, the front thing right there, the little dot, tells me it's on AC and recirculating. But it's blowing, and it feels cool. Yeah, it feels like it's blowing cold air right at me. I don't feel hot, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it blew the hot air into that. But I'll try to do a broadcast over the weekend, depending on what happens and whether or not I can broadcast. But if I can broadcast, I'll broadcast through the hurricane. I do plan on checking out the RV over the weekend, unless, of course, the hurricane is in full force. Then obviously, I may not be able to get to the RV. It may be locked up in, the storage thing. I hope everybody is doing okay, staying safe. As for me, I'm doing fine right now. You couldn't even tell that there was a hurricane off the coast. It's amazingly calm. It's like the calm before the storm. And, my big concern is the RV. But the good news is the RV is covered, with insurance. I think I got full coverage on it. So if it got destroyed, I would get some money out of it, Not really much more than what I sunk into it, but it's not like a total loss where you're screwed. As far as making it through the storm, it's a Category 1, which, for Floridians, that's like nothing. Most Floridians that have been here any length of time, we usually don't even flinch until it's like a 3 or 4 or 5. Category 1, Category 2, that's, Of course, this one's interesting because you got COVID. I kept saying Corvid, but somebody corrected me and said it's COVID-19 going on. So we got 2 emergencies going on right now. I did go by Walmart earlier today, not the regular Walmart, but the Walmart, what do they call it, the market, and it wasn't crazy. It was kind of calm. So I don't know if people have already stockpiled or people are just not ignoring the storm because, let's see, temperature says 88 again. So I was trying to show you the temperature going down, but it doesn't seem to be going down. But I had it down to like 81 in here earlier. That's when I was going to lay down and go to sleep. But then I was watching Timothy's channel. Timothy did some updates on his van build. And it's really interesting and like a really well thought out design. And just finished watching that video, so I thought I would update you guys on what's going on over here. But you can see that the layout of the van in sleep mode is pretty much the same as before, although it's kind of a mess here. I have my dirty clothes, my clothing here. I have my computer here because I was going to test out the office mode that I built. Basically, the only difference is underneath. You can't see it, but the system can be reconverted to, just heard something drop. I thought it was my glasses, but that's not. It's okay. But the stuff underneath the bed area here can be converted to become like a living room. And just wanted to show you, we have like a full-fledged power system here. We got video game that I can run here if I wanted to. Let's see what the power looks like. Although, I'll make sure that's off so that we don't have the rice cooker, because the kitchen's been reinstalled. I hadn't really been using the vehicle for full-time living in because I've been kind of mostly living in the RV. After work I go and I hang out at the RV and I cook food and stuff there. So the van's been on kind of hold, just functional mostly as a van. But you can see the system is on. I'm going to turn that off. But basically, the inverter here, it gives me 120 volt power, and that's used to power the TV and the rice cooker, which is hooked up to that, which I turned off right now. But the system should be charging right now, and you can see it says 13 volts. So I have plenty of power by running the engine. I have air conditioning, and I have enough power to run 3 fans at night. So I'm okay now as far as staying cool. And if I wanted to, let me unplug the rice cooker. But you can see my little kitchenette. I started to build I had a little box that I set up, and I'm in process of securing the rice cooker so that it's basically the same as the old design, except that it's modified to lift the rice cooker up so that when you're driving, you can just have it behind you cooking. I don't know if you guys saw those original episodes where I lived in the van when I was working the night gig, and I would cook rice, and I would cook ribs, and I would cook steak. I cooked all sorts of stuff while I was driving to work in the morning and after work. So that's what this is set up for. There is storage. I'll show you this another day when we do a tour. But just wanted to show you that It's pretty much the same system as before, just organized it a little bit more. I'm going to be replacing the curtains or painting them or something just to make it look nicer. I thought I would treat myself and try to make the interior a little bit nicer. May do a new paint job. I'm debating if I want to keep the red. You know, a lot of people complain about the bright red. It's because the interior of this van originally was red, white, and blue. You know, the outside was blue, inside was white and blue and red. So it's a very patriotic vehicle. But what's really cool about the current setup is, like, I can pretty much watch TV if I wanted to. Let me unplug the rice cooker. The rice cooker is the white one. It automatically stays on. So I'm going to unplug it now. But now when I turn that on, we have power to the TV. And I can actually turn TV on. Let me try to turn that on and switch input because I was playing video games earlier. This was a Polaroid TV that I got from Goodwill for, like, I think 25 bucks or so. Okay, we're gonna came on. We're gonna go. Okay, TV is what we have it on. I don't know if we have any reception over here. I probably am gonna buy a generic remote to work with this thing here. Let's see if we can get a channel here to come in. Let's see. Maybe we're not getting anything over here. So far, nothing. Maybe no TV over here. Yeah, maybe I am not going to show you guys TV. No TV channels. Of course, you know where I am, it's like beachside. If you're out by the water and stuff, you might be away from the tower. I'm going to try to switch this to input and go to HDMI and turn this unit on just to show you the TV does work. And you can see we got the video game up. So I basically can play games. There it goes. So this is the Legends Flashback, which comes with, like, I think more than 100 games. But then I installed like 6,000 games. So if I get really bored, I can play like 6,000 games from Sega Genesis to was it Nintendo, Super Nintendo? I don't know. There's a bunch of games that you can play on here, and some are like arcade, like MAME, like here Galaga, and I think it even has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff. So, you know, the van is pretty self-contained and pretty functional. And I know I normally don't use this stuff. Like, I don't normally use the entertainment system. But when you're caught, like, in a hurricane or something, it might be useful. You know, there was that one year where it was like the whole week. And we were stuck in the van all day for the week. So that's when I would watch TV and play games and stuff like that. But the reason for moving the rice cooker up like this was to try to make it easier to cook if I have to cook inside, like if it's raining for the hurricane and stuff, because I was trying to prep for potentially being stuck in the van during a hurricane if I'm not in the RV, which I'm not in the RV right now. Now, I could be in the RV. I could have taken the RV out for the weekend, but I was afraid because, you know, it's having issues with the transmission, even though it drives and runs and stuff fine. But then it occasionally slips. I just don't want it slipping in the middle of a hurricane and I'm off stuck on the side of the road somewhere. So it was better to keep it parked, you know, in the storage for this event, and then try to live in the van. Let's see. I'm just going through here and just and basically just wanted to let you guys know everything's cool, everything's fine. Let's check the temperature. It's down to 87, so it is going down slowly. Feels cooler than 87. I think the AC normally works better when you're driving, but on some vehicles, it seems like it doesn't work unless you're driving. This particular vehicle, it cools down even when you're not driving. Like right now, I can feel the cold air blowing at me, and it's even better with. Oh, see how this fan isn't blowing right now? Because these are, I might end up modifying and hardwiring these. These are 12 volt things that plug into a multi-plug outlet, and these come loose here. So I'm gonna have to see how they come loose. So they come loose, and then the fan stops. All right, so I got it working now. Now 3 fans are blowing. So basically, I'm doing good. I'm doing a lot better than I was last year. Financially, I have a job. Child support has eased off, at least on one child. And I have an RV, thanks to the support of the viewers. And things are going pretty good, as long as the hurricane doesn't wipe everything out. But, it's looking pretty good. I'm not in a crisis situation, let me put it that way. Relatively calm. I'm looking to have visitation with my kid tomorrow, but like I said, I'm going to pick him up, and we're going to look at how the day goes. If it starts getting rough, I'm going to drop him back off to his mom, because we're going to stick some bricks, which is going to be a lot safer than being in a van. But for me, I don't really see the Category 1 really being that big a deal. If it was a Category 3, I might have evacuated. I might have taken a chance with the van. And the plan would have been to head west. Not west as in the west of the United States, but west coast towards the Tampa area, or even northwest. But usually you don't want to go north, because the track of the storm, it typically goes up north. So if you head north, you're constantly trying to outrun the storm. That's why last year when the storm came, people couldn't figure out why I was heading south into the storm. I was actually not heading into the storm. I was trying to beat the storm to the southwest. So that way I would be southwest and the storm would turn northeast. And basically I would miss the storm completely, which the storm missed Florida completely pretty much. So, that's what happened. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. I will keep you guys posted over the weekend. If you guys are in the path of the hurricane, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Please stay safe. Try not to panic or worry too much. You can only deal with what you can deal with as it's happening. And a lot of times people worry about stuff that never actually happen or actually become real. And, the worry can cause more trouble than the actual situation. So, especially with, coronavirus and stuff like that, I've gotten to the point now where I'm just taking it one day at a time and dealing with what I can, which means going back to fixing up my RV. So you may be seeing some more episodes where we fix up the RV. I haven't been filming and everything because just basically time. And it's a mess. You get tired of people saying, oh, you need to clean up. I'm trying to fix the RV. And it's a mess because I'm living in it. It's complicated. It's not the same as where you park a vehicle and you have a house and then you can just take everything out and work on it and make it look nice and stuff. When you're living in it and you're working on it, it is a mess because stuff just gets moved. I don't have storage. It's like if I got to work in a certain section, I got to move all the crap out. And where does it go? Well, it goes all over the whole RV. So the thing looks like a mess right now, but in the end, I'm hoping that the leaks will be fixed and that when you guys next see the RV, it'll look nice and I'll explain what all was done. I'm not really going to show what was done, but I'll explain what was done and how it was done so that costs weren't too expensive. Same with the van itself. It has some major changes, but it's not apparent. But I'll be showing it later and showing you how you can do it too. So that, and some of the stuff that I learned along the way, so that you know if you're building it yourself, you don't make the same mistakes. It'll save you money and time, and I can share with you what worked, what didn't. Like the fact that having 3 fans running all night, if I want it, that is actually something that's doable and not too expensive. Basically, you just got to make sure you have a large enough battery bank, which I have. I have 200 amp hours with 100 usable. That's more than enough to run 3 fans all night. Especially with basically, I have solar now, which was kind of accidental, but with the solar, I have enough for TV. I basically may even have enough to run a refrigerator during the daytime. You know, not a full-blown refrigerator, but the little 12-volt cooler. So we might test that, but really, I don't really need it. What I find works fine is getting like a frozen jug of water or whatever, putting it into the cooler, because all you're cooling with those little things is soda or water. So if you get one frozen from work, which I work now, so I just put it in there, and then I have cold drinks that last me throughout the night. So it's let's see if the temperature went down any. It's down to 86. I suspect if I kept it running, it would eventually drop down to like 82, 81. But I'm going to shut the system down and call it a night. I'll try to broadcast during the hurricane if it actually hits, just to show you what it's like around here and how things are holding out. And we might even stop by and take a look at the RV, depending on what happens. You're seeing also the white splatter paint and stuff all over me because I've been painting the RV. So, stay safe, everybody. Lena, good to see you on here. And sunny always. Let's see, East Coast down and out says, West Coast, Hudson, hopefully it's not bad. I don't think it's going to be too bad there. I think the last time I looked online, it looks like it's going to hit north of here, not even Florida. They're thinking landfall maybe north of Florida. But Florida, East Coast, which is where I am, is going to feel some of the effects. My hope is that the wind doesn't go above like 50 miles per hour. Because probably at 70 or 80 miles per hour of sustained wind, or wind, rapidly switching, which it does in a hurricane. Because hurricanes, the danger isn't just the hurricane itself. Hurricanes often bring tornadoes. So the wind will shift direction. It'll go one way and it'll go another way. And normally if you're in a sticks and bricks, it doesn't affect you too much. But if you're in a vehicle, especially a poor vehicle like an RV, which are poorly constructed, they could blow the walls apart. Like a mobile home or an RV. Because they're cheap, they're flimsy. So they could just literally just blow apart like a house of cards. So I'm hoping that the wind doesn't get too strong and destroy the RV. But if it did, at least I have coverage on it, so it would suck because it's proving to be a nice little home. I can run air conditioning. It's almost completely self-sustainable. Like it can generate its own electricity and everything. And I'm in process of, securing the leaks and all that. And then I'll be adding stuff like water catchment and other stuff to try to make it self-sustaining. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Stay safe. Prayers for each and every one of you. East Coast says, my trailer has no hurricane straps. 21-foot travel trailer. I don't even know what hurricane straps are unless you strap them down to the floor, to the ground. My Class C RV could blow over. I'm gonna be eager to see what happens with the wind, and then I'm gonna go check it out. So, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm just gonna spend the day hanging out with my son. I'm gonna try to do some stuff before the weather gets bad. I suspect the weather will not get bad till Saturday afternoon or evening. So that's when I suspect Central Florida, where I am on the East Coast, is going to feel it. And depending on how bad it is, I may try to broadcast, although data might be maxed out, so, broadcast is intermittent. So take care, everyone. God bless you all. Stay safe. All right? Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye now.